Back when I was a pagan, I had begun to see the world in terms of predictive programming. And what I mean by that are things like, when you think about all the old myths, or at least a large number of them, um, they would have tales of, fortresses of the gods and cities and all these kinds of things, and the attributes of gods and monsters and mythical things that were able to like fly and call down thunder and lightning from the skies and etc., and destroy cities and all these kinds of things. And then I finally considered that I was applying, like, for example, the code names that are generally applied in military, things like that. Generally, or no, I don't want to say generally, but in several times, they are actually, like, the names will be taken from old mythologies, from, Greek, Roman, Norse, and various other things. And, they'll take something that, they'll build something that has the attributes attributed to one of these things from ancient mythology, and then they will name it after that thing. And, a new weapon, a new kind of plane, just like so forth, so on and so forth. And I began to see the world in terms of those kinds of things because they were vague enough that they were, what's the word? It seemed like they were vague enough that they weren't really specifically said, they weren't specifically described well enough that they would have been unable to be the things that had been codenamed after the mythologies. Like, what's it called? If you've seen that movie Olympus Has Fallen, where the White House is like attacked by blah 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 blah. The point is, they codenamed the White House Olympus. Olympus has fallen, Olympus has fallen, and it's just kind of like, but so they built a huge city that had control of, planes that controlled the air and all these things and blah blah blah, and they called their capital Olympus, not like openly, but like secretly kind of thing. And that, and things like that. But then when I actually started reading the scriptures, then I saw that there were other things that were too spot on to be predictively programmed, if that makes sense. Like, what's it called? The coming one world government kind of thing, that was just kind of inevitable. I should say it is kind of inevitable. I'm almost speaking of it like it's already happened, but it is kind of inevitable that there will be a one world government, that it will happen. One world financial system, just look at the world right now, look at where it used to be. There will be a one world financial system. This is fact. One world religion. Look at the world as it was, look at the world as it is now, extrapolate. There will be a one world religion. And these things will be all wrapped in together. Just as it said specifically in Revelations. And these were too shrewd to have been either guesses or particularly programmed. These were and are true prophecy. Like, it was known before the size of the world was known that these things will come to pass. We are in the days when they are coming to pass now. This is the end times. And while the other things that I was thinking of, the predictively programmed things, were only sort of like, they kind of talked around the edges of what was going on right now kind of thing. The prophecies and revelations and elsewhere throughout the scriptures are too spot on to be thought of as anything other than totally accurate. Anyway, all I can really say is the end of the world is nigh. May God have mercy on our souls. Let me know what you thought of this video in the comments below. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And may Jesus Christ keep you and save you.